Hello readers and digital people, and welcome back to GP Reads. I am your host, Grant Reads, and today we are talking about something a little bit more serious. It's not my usual topic. I will be having videos talking about the usual coming out later this week, but for today I would really like to talk about Pick a Side YouTube. It's something that I've wanted to talk about since it all started happening, and now that things have kind of resolved, I feel a little bit better talking about it. It's just, when it comes to things that are really dark, I feel that it is important to talk about them, especially when children are involved. But the fact that my YouTube channel is more of a distraction in the way that it's entertainment media, it's supposed to be there to make you, well, you know, it's kind of isn't, it kind of isn't. It's kind of there to help you get through things and get your mind off of things for a while, take a breather. But again, it's not, because the things that I want to help people through, the things that I want to help people be able to work their way through, they can come from that area of being entertained, kind of, you know, taking a break. But I also want them to be able to come from that position and reflect outward and grow from it. So I guess it's still on brand somewhat. Alright, so for those of you who have not seen the Mama Max video, I'll have that in the description of this video. Please watch that first. It's going to explain things in more detail. This is something that's really affecting the whole spectrum of YouTube, and I'm going to explain that a little bit more. Not only is YouTube siding with the people who are being talked about, who are bad in these drama videos and these commentary videos, not only are they punishing the wrong people, but they're also trying to hype up the security to supposedly protect people, and in doing so, they have injured innocent channels. Nathan Barnett, you know, he does funny stunts, he does physical comedy, and because he does physical comedy, they say that he's endangering himself, even though it's all completely done professionally. Most of the time he isn't getting injured at all, but because it looks dangerous and kids might try to copy it, they have age restricted Nathan Barnett's videos. I can't wrap my head around that. So here's what's really funny: the prioritization of a corporation, because all of these corporate medias, all of these TV shows done by professionals, again, they're fine. They don't get any punishment whatsoever, but the little guy, the independent creator, gets punished because they don't have the money to back it up. So that tells me, even though YouTube is saying they're doing all these things to help people because they care about people, that's telling a different story. That's telling me that you only care about money and that people don't matter to you whatsoever. And that's why you're taking the position of the predators, because you don't want to look bad to your advertisers. And that's why you are punishing the little guy who isn't doing anything dangerous at all, just because it could be seen as dangerous, because they're not making you enough money. You're not fooling anybody. I don't know who you think you're trying to fool, but it's not working. And then Umami, he had an art piece. Of course, you can have nudity in art, like in famous art, and it's fine. And yet, Umami has an art video that shows the backside of a monster, not even a human. And it's not like a very detailed butt or anything super graphic, but it shows the backside of a monster, and therefore you age restrict it. Yeah, here's another thing about this whole thing that irks me. Music videos. So music videos can have people nearly completely naked, or completely naked, just barely covered up by something, twerking and everything else, and it's fine because they're a big name company. But when somebody draws a monster, and you see a little bit of an inch of a butt crack on a monster, it's age inappropriate? Now here's what people don't understand coming from the outside. When your video gets age restricted, it isn't just that kids can't see it. YouTube is a big algorithm machine. It's not organic whatsoever anymore. It used to be, but it's not organic at all, not even a little bit anymore. I mean, some things are shared around, but most of YouTube, probably 80 or 90% of YouTube, is all algorithm based. So the demonetized videos go in and out. We'll get more into that later, but here's the top tier, the creator friendly videos. They're going to get suggested the most, they're going to make the most money, they're going to be the best premium content, period. Then below that, you have the age restricted. It's a whole different bracket. It's not even connected to this bracket. It's its own separate internet algorithm, its own separate YouTube algorithm. So people who would see your content normally, most of them are going to be up in this high bracket. So by putting you into this age restricted bracket, the only people that are going to see you are probably the people on the little bit weirder side because they're in the age restricted side, or people looking for more intense, R-rated, you know, heavy content. And that's not the people who were looking for most of the videos. Most of these videos are supposed to be made for everybody. So in putting it in a different bracket, not only are you not going to find half the audience you would have before in the top bracket, but you're going to be in a whole different demographic that probably isn't the kind of people that like your videos. So it's all kinds of devastating. Like, honestly, if your video is going to get age restricted, it's better just to not have it up. That's how bad it is. So it's just a waste of time. When you spend hours and hours and hours on a video, I'm sure Umami spends like 20, 30 hours at least per video on just the short ones. And then you're putting an age restricted bracket where you don't make money off of it. You know, you can't make a living off of that. And the problem with that is YouTube was built on the creator, on the person. That's the backbone of this entire company. And if you rip out the backbone, it's going to fall apart. It'll just become another Google Play, like, you know, just a normal, not Google Play, but like a normal, just regular video site. YouTube is special in that you can make it your living. You can make it your life. And you're going to lose that. You're not going to be the #1 video site forever if you let this fall through. If all the people leave and it's just corporations, it's just another, that's what I'm trying to think of. It's just another Hulu or Netflix. That's all it'll be. It won't be anything better than that. So you kind of got to watch it. I know that you don't want to have to hire people to save more money, but you might need to hire people to save your company because it's not impervious. It can fall. Anything can fall. Nothing in this life is permanent, and it can fall. So you need to protect it. Protect yourself. Protect this company and this beautiful thing that is formed, because you don't want it to dissolve, because once it's dissolved, you're most likely not going to get it back. And if it does reform, they're not going to trust you with it anymore. It'll reform under somebody else's name. All right, now let's talk about demonetization, because a lot of people don't understand this. When someone doesn't want their video demonetized, it is not always because of the money. I know that's hard to believe, and it sounds weird, but it's not. Okay, so remember we talked about the high bracket, the premium bracket, and the age-restricted bracket? Well, below that age-restricted bracket is the demonetized bracket, which is the almost... Well, let's look at it this way. It's not only the almost pushed off of YouTube section, so it's the lowest algorithm and the lowest suggested, the lowest, you know, thrown into anyone's feeds. Since it's not brand friendly or advertiser friendly, it is almost considered punishable. Shadow banning, that's what I need to describe it as. It's just one step above shadow banning. So people can still see the video, they can still look it up, but it's not going to suggest it. And also in my notifications, the people that have demonetized videos, I don't get notifications for them. So it's a semi soft ban. And that's why when I'm like, oh, I can't use that song because my video would be demonetized. It's not because I'm not monetized. It's not because I'm worried about money or anything. It's because I don't want to be shadow banned, because YouTube will shadow ban you if it's demonetized, period. You may still get a couple thousand views, or I mean, you can still get a lot of views, but it's in that lower bracket. It's not in YouTube. It's not in the main YouTube. It's like the iceberg thing. The top of the iceberg is where everybody's at, though. It's like reverse. It's like a reverse iceberg. Everybody's up at the top, and then underneath is where they got the demonetized at the very bottom, and then the, you know, kind of in the middle got the suffering child age restricted videos. It's a mess, YouTube. It's a mess. Like I said, I don't make these videos to talk against you. I love YouTube. It's a site that I believe in, and I don't want to see it destroyed by management. I don't want your mistakes to completely crush something so beautiful, because you could fix it. I know, you're smart people. You could fix this. If you take the time, take the money, it'll be well worth it. It'll be a good investment for the product as a whole. Oh, yeah. Here's something else that's really big, really bad. They actually kind of discussed this in the Mama Max video, but I've had this happen on another channel that I have that's a test channel that I use just to see what can go in the algorithm, because you've really got to test this stuff. But even if your video is not striked, even if it's not demonetized, even if it's not age restricted, that can all come later. If a company comes in and says, oh, well, I think that part of the video might be mine, they can strike you straight up. There is no appeal system, especially for the lower members. In the higher YouTubers, there's a little bit of an appeal system. Sometimes it's a pretty good one, but it's kind of hit or miss. But in the lower tier YouTubers, we have no way out. We have no appeal system. So they say we do, make it feel like we do, but when you appeal, it just goes back to the person who made the claim in the first place. Of course they're going to reclaim it. And then once they reclaim it, you got to strike. And the thing is, they could stack up that way. You could have 3 videos out of nowhere that were completely fine for a year. All of a sudden, this company decides, well, I think I want that to be mine. I'm going to start taking their money now. I mean, that's basically what happens. It doesn't have to be the owner. They don't have to prove anything. They're just like, yeah, well, I think that's mine. And all of a sudden, you've got 3 strikes, your channel's gone. And then once it's gone, you can't appeal it at all. There's no way to appeal anything once it's gone. That's got to change. That is broken as all get out. Yeah, I don't do important investigations. Like I said, I do entertainment investigations, but investigating in general, keeping your mind active, questioning things, that's healthy for humanity. That's healthy for society. Without doing that, you could fall for anything. We could be in a horrible situation because we didn't question anything. People are going to try to take advantage. There's people in power that just want more power, and if we don't question things, we're kind of screwed. You know, now that I really think about it, YouTube got the Star Wars treatment, the new Star Wars saga movies treatment. It was a beloved IP. It's just called YouTube an IP. And then new management came in, and they turned it into something it wasn't. Something they thought would be more profitable. Something they thought would be more woke. Something they thought would be better for the public image. And in doing so, turned it into something else that nobody liked. Brought it in a direction that almost killed it, which is what's going to happen with YouTube if you don't fix it. Look what happened with Star Wars. Do you want that? Yes or no? So I'm just another voice in the wind, but I felt like it was important and I really needed to talk about it. And I feel like that a lot of it has been, I don't know exactly what's happened, but I've heard from some people that things are starting to finally be resolved. So that's good. I'm glad that our voices are being heard. But again, I just wanted to put my voice out there to let everybody know what side I'm on. Because if everybody's going to pick a side in this, I want my side to be on the side of people, on the side of children, on the side of the actual YouTubers. So with that being said, I'm going to head out. I've been your host, Grant Reeds. This is GP Reeds. Keep your eyes wide open and never stop reading. I'll see you all. Hey, thank you all for watching. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my patrons. Thank you all so much for everything you do to support what I do. Vexus, CNK114, Investigator Zeus, Dobby's Music, Jerry Mullins, and Phantasm7. Thank you all again for keeping this channel and my other projects going.